At the International Monetary Fund in Washington, researcher Leigh says there is cautious optimism about global inflation levels easing this year.
But this is going to be a long fight. We don't think most countries will get to their inflation target until 2025.
Different factors have contributed to advanced and developing economies exceeding their inflation targets.
One was the boost to energy prices and food prices, partly from the war in Ukraine. Right. On top of that, a lot of countries are dealing with labor market shortages, not enough workers, that's driving up wages.
In capitalist economies, when demand goes up, prices also rise. But some analysts see an unusual form of inflation, even as in their assessment, demand holds fairly stable.
Generally, companies that are quite close to consumers, so at the end of the supply chain, if you like, these companies have been able to persuade their customers to accept not just the cost increases, but the cost increases and then a little bit more. And that little bit more is, of course, an increase in profit margin.
It might not be a sustainable approach, Donovan noted.
If consumers start saying, actually, that's not a fair price increase, I'm not going to pay that, then what you see is companies starting to worry that if they raise their profit margins too far, their brand value is going to be damaged.
The National Retail Federation represents a full spectrum of companies. Their lead researcher affirms that consumer demand has increased dramatically and describes the profit-led inflation arguments as, quote, very simplistic.
Every single day, many of our members think about lowering prices. The problem, though, in some cases is that, when the prices of goods are rising all over the place and inventories are low, then, retailers have to be able to pass some of those costs along to consumers.
What some may see as price gouging, others may view as businesses charging what the market will bear. Some may decry excess profits, while others note that maximizing profit is the norm in a free market system. Economists say profit can also rise through good management practices.
If you have better clients, or if you have a better human capital inside your company, definitely you're going to have the potential of actually having larger profit margins.
Cooling consumer demand can force companies to abandon price hikes and rein in inflation, a key goal of the U.S. Central Bank, which recently boosted interest rates for the 10th time in just over a year. Veronica, Balderas, Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.